I have an exciting new feature announcement for you today, but before that, I thought we should talk a little bit about the launch of our new traffic injection system. We call it the AI Living World. That has now been launched as promised to our partners. We were actually about a day early on that one, so very exciting. One of the best things that we've seen come from the early feedback that we've received is that it's having a minimal impact on FPS. And a lot of this is because we've moved most of the heavy lifting into the cloud. So all of the route calculation, taxi calculation, the calculation about when airplanes should appear and when they should not appear, movement dynamics, all of that stuff has been offloaded into the cloud, which leaves more CPU and GPU time for your PC. We're really proud of the fact that it's modeled on real-world traffic schedules. So if you load up Atlanta and you set your sim time to 8 a.m., you're going to see what Atlanta looks like at 8 a.m. Just a really, really strong reminder to everybody that this thing is still in preview, right? This is why it's available only to our partner customers right now. We consider this a preview of things to come. It is not yet feature complete. There's still a number of things that are being bolted on rapidly, by the way, and we don't yet consider it to be fully stable. But at this point, it's quite good, and we feel like it's a nice addition to the overall immersion. In other words, we feel like having it on is now better than having it off. But again, we still have a ton of work to do before we feel like this thing is really, ready to go and at the quality level that we want it to be. But we are now actively pushing out updates to this anywhere from 5 to 10 times a day. There's no downloads typically needed for those updates because they're all, again, being done in the cloud where most of the decision-making is done. We're really leaving the simulator so that it's left to handle purely the 3D object rendering and the animation of the 3D objects. Other than that, like I said, everything's elsewhere. So very proud of this, very exciting. If this is something that you're interested in taking a look at, all you have to do is become a SayIntentions partner. We'll put a link in the video comments on how you can do that. But I would really encourage you not to join the partner program if this is the only thing that you want. Please wait for us to get it a little bit more finished before doing that. On to our feature announcement. This is an exciting new feature, but it falls into the category of things that we've had to add in order to make sure that the traffic flows are modeling real-world operations. So we just announced this new concept of runway segregation. Now, it turns out there's no official name for this in the aviation world. It goes by a lot of different names. Runway usage segregation, parallel runway operations, dedicated runway operations, complex runway operations. I've seen it all out there. And like I said, there doesn't seem to be an official name for it. But just to give you an example, this is LAX. That's a runway diagram for LAX. And the way LAX typically operates is that arrivals will come in on 24 right and 25 left, while departures will depart out of 24 left and 25 right. This allows them to handle traffic far more efficiently than you can if all runways are in use for all arrivals and departures. By the way, the ATIS information will also reflect this. So you'll hear, arriving runways XXX, departing runways YYY in situations where this is happening. Additionally, this is now in place for airports that use this for reasons other than traffic flow. And a good example of that is Aspen, Colorado, where departures always come in from one direction and arrivals always come in from another direction for terrain reasons. So if you notice a situation where we're not modeling this correctly, please just open a quick ticket and we'll take a look and get it fixed. It's really easy. Just a couple checkboxes that we have to do. But we think that most airports are now modeled correctly in terms of the parallel runway operations, or whichever is your favorite term. Thank you, everybody. You've been wonderful as we've rolled out traffic, and we will continue to roll out more features like this that are needed to make sure that the traffic flows are, again, modeling the real-world operations of these real-world airports. Please enjoy everything that we've launched. We're so happy to have you on board and so happy and thankful for all of the positive feedback that we've received so far as it relates to all of these features. Hope you have a wonderful weekend.